Hi guys. So I'm CEO of SEO. So my topic will be automation in SEO. So nice to meet you all. A little bit about myself. So I am head of SEO in OxyLabs. I have over 6 years of experience, and my pet peeve is that I hate repetitive tasks. That's why I chose this topic, as you can guess. So today's agenda is to talk a bit about the team management and motivation issue, backlink monitoring, lead gathering for outreach, and some tips and tricks for those who cannot acquire proxies so easily as we do. So to start with, I'm presenting you the freshly baked outreach specialist. So he's super motivated. It's his first year at OxyLabs. He's very happy. Some few factors can contribute to that because we have a great onboarding experience. We have full documentation of our core processes to basically that person is happy for a year, can learn lots of new things, meet lots of new people. So this happens after a year. So motivation is gone. Usually the outreach specialist hates doing repetitive tasks. They do get a lot of ad hoc tasks, so there's less and less time to actually send emails, to reply to everyone, and so on. So I only had two choices. So one choice is to make the team bigger every time. So you can either move your outreach specialist and requalify them to do on-site SEO. But then at the end of the day, you have 20 people doing on-site and one person who still wants to do outreach. And then the second thing you can do is automation. So to start with, where we started, so we started at a very simple scale. So those who build links know that the most painful thing after you build the link is just to see it's gone. So we use BuzzStream for our backlink monitoring. The pain with BuzzStream is that they send you these reports every 2 weeks saying how many links you have lost. So imagine you're an outreacher, right? You get 200, 300 emails a day. You don't want to get another email saying that your hard work is just gone. And usually the response rates and the people actually doing the work to fix those links is very low. So this is the first thing we did. So we wrote our own script that checks all backlink quality and their status. So we also use Slack as well. So we integrated this tool into our Slack systems. And the benefit of using Slack is that you're used to responding straight away rather than an email. So what happens is then when we see those links that have been lost or set as no index or so on, outreachers can react straight away and fix them. So that's our fast automation. Then I'm really happy with this one. So we call it our secret SEO tool, or SST for short. So actually it has 5 functions. I'll only explain one of them because I'm limited by time. And if you want to get to know all 5, just join OxyLabs. But basically how it does, so we collected keywords that lets us identify website topics without actually looking at the website manually. So imagine a daily outreacher has to go through 300, 500, 1,000 domains a day looking for those ideal leads for OxyLabs. So now we can do it in a couple minutes. And the output looks like this. So it's a simple CSV file that we get. We don't need to do any manual checks. And it even helps us with prioritization because now we know which domains have the most keywords matched to our niche. So now we know from thousands of domains which ones we can prioritize and which ones we can go after first. Then I thought I'll do some tips and tricks for you guys who are not that keen on buying proxies and still don't want to join OxyLabs for some reason. So the first tip would be Slack reminders, which you can do easily even tomorrow if you use Slack. So this is my favorite automation, as you may say, this year, because if you're used to multitasking, it's really helpful. especially if someone says, oh, remind me this after I come back from holiday in 2 weeks. So you just put a simple remind rule in your Slack, and in 2 weeks' time, you both get an alert saying, oh, you asked me to remind you about this, and you don't have to think about it anymore. So I do this with birthdays, I do this with promotions, I do this with one-to-ones, whatever you can think of. It's a very useful tip. And this is a struggle of ours. So it's very hard to monitor loads of competitors all at once. And what used to happen, we used to go and look through competitor sites one by one all the time, and it just ate loads of time. And then at the end of the day, it's even harder to match the competitors' growth to the actual changes that they have made, because you forgot the day that they did those changes. So what we did, we also integrated a tool called Content King into our Slack. So you see a topic here, right, Tim? So what it does, it monitors the code of your competitors or any given website in real time. So basically, if something has been done wrong in your own website, you'll be alerted straight away. If your competitors have changed something as well in their HTML code, for example, you can get a notification straight away. It's very useful, especially to spot mistakes on your own website, because it happens. Someone decided to do something without letting SEOs know, right? And then it's very useful to track competitors, because then if you see a spike in their organic growth, you can track back that to the actual change that you have made and decide what you should do next week. So just to sum up, so I mentioned 4 tools. So Backlink Monitoring and the Seeker SEO tools are the ones that need most coding, right? But we try to make it as compressed and easy to integrate for you guys. So at the end of this presentation, you'll see a few resource links where you'll find the actual documentation for each tool and code, so you don't have to figure out how it works on your own. And Slack Reminder and Content Kit is something you can implement tomorrow without actually looking any further for coding experience. And those are the resources. And by the way, you'll get all the slides after the event, so don't need to check those at the moment. And thank you.
What next would you automate?
Oh, that's a difficult question. So the secret SEO tool we have, actually our team keeps developing new functions for it every day. It's not as easy because you do need some coding experience for it, and we're not developers on our own, but we have a very capable SEO in our team. So I think that's pretty much it I can think of right now.
Anyone else? Right. So for not Lithuanian people have the saying, how's forest of hands? Yeah, I can see that. Anyway, so I'm gonna ask, how long did it took to create this secret tool?
I think roughly around 3 months, and then we just time to time keep perfecting the code and adding new functions.
Okay, and what about the proxies itself? Are you using your own proxies for the automation process and tools?
Yeah. We use residential proxies.
Hashtag ads.
Hashtag ad. Yeah, so you could work with other type of proxies, but I wouldn't recommend those because we offer the best quality ones.
And besides OxyLabs, what's the other resources for checking out on SEO information?
So my favorite one is just stalking people on LinkedIn, because for some reason people are really keen on sharing their insights on LinkedIn, even though they don't have a specific platform. Because the actual big SEO guys you see on the web, they already have their agency, they already have their clients. They don't want to give the best nuggets out for free. So I would recommend going after like little not so well-known SEO specialists and just see their trending posts.
Great.
Yeah.
There you go.
Just to understand, so how many people are working right now in the SEO team and how is it structured?
So at the moment there's 5 of us, We actually hired one more person today. So there will be 6 of us in a couple of weeks. So 2 are mainly focused on on-site SEO, 2 are on off-site SEO, and we have 1 specialist that is focused more on organic channel management, which is related to GitHub, YouTube, Stack Overflow, all those external channels that need to be maintained as well.
Amazing. Round of applause. Oh, no? Yes?
Yeah, I have a question about the quality of that secret tool and the leads you get from there. In that keywords list, I saw in the screenshot there are some like generic keywords like technology, business, and so on. So my question is like if those leads you get from those keywords are really good, or is it like you still need to go one by one to check those?
We have a rule because we pick only that have a match with 4 keywords, not just 1. So if it matches only for business, it doesn't count. And then at the end of the day, it does need some manual checkup, but firstly we send out the batch and we just manually check the ones that actually replied, because otherwise you're wasting time checking leads that won't reply to you at the end of the day.
Okay, so that's that approach.
Yeah.
Any more questions?
I have a question.
There you go.
So how many human hours you have counted this tools saved you approximately per week?
That's a good question. We tried to calculate actually, but I think it was around at least 10 hours a week for each outreach specialist. So pretty decent amount of time. More time to build links, yay.
Thank you. Anyone else? Is that it? Oh, down in the back.
There are those websites which like talk about everything and anything, marketing, business, and some other related thing. And my question is, when you do this match with keywords with SEO Tool, like you said you find like 4 matches, which means that it's relevant. I'm asking this question because it could be that there is a match, but still the website is not that relevant to the niche.
Yeah, it does happen. So sometimes, for example, even if we'll find a website that's not that relevant, right, we still have quality checks that we do. So we measure DR, we measure how much traffic the website gets. So usually, all the spam ones get filtered out. And then if we really get a website that's really not our niche, but it applied in a friendly manner, not saying how much is the fish, right? We even ask, do they have any other websites? Because sometimes it happens when that one webmaster will have 4 different websites, and 3 of them will be very suitable for us, and just the one we outreach is not that suitable.